Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's team call, April 22. Is that right? How is that possible? Um, so I'm just so excited. We have a bunch to talk about, and I wanted to talk, just, kind of open it up and have this be a discussion. I know Sherry and I have been talking a lot about social media and just how, we can improve in that arena. And hi, Coco, come here. And then also, we're all just looking to connect with new people. So how do you do that? How do you find people to talk to? So I want to talk about that a little bit. And then, how do you invite them to take a look? Sorry, Coco's having a baby right now. Come here, honey. Come. And then I also wanted to just kind of go over how we use the funnel system so that we're never really getting a no. We're setting up the next thing. Sorry, I just have to ignore her for a second. Come here, Coco, come. Wait, I better check her water. Remember, that's what she was railing about before, and her water dish was empty. So I just wanted to open it up because I know Sherry and I have talked a lot about how the difference, and you guys have seen it too, like what posts get the most interaction and what posts don't get any, responses or reactions. Like what, in your experience, have you seen get the most engagement? I'm so excited Kim's here.
I'm so tired, but I'm here.
Yay! And I'm so excited to see Laura. Hi, you guys.
Hello.
So I'm trying not to do all the talking here, but go ahead. What posts have you put out there that get the most engagement and which ones get the least?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, all of us.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I have to go try to find a phone charger real quick. I'll be right back.
For me,
Okay.
honestly, I feel like anytime I put stuff about Arbonne is when I get the least. But when it's just my life, I get more, or especially with my husband. Even with like my stories, I feel like I see less views when I'm doing Arbonne. I don't understand.
Okay. I love that. Thanks for the input. I've seen too, have you seen this, Laura? If you just post a picture of a product, people don't really, it's like 6 people like it and they're all Arbonne consultants.
Totally. Yeah. But if you put it on you, like if you do a picture of yourself and an inspirational quote or something like that, then that's when it gets real.
Right. Or like when you did your, one eye with mascara, one eye without mascara.
Right. Something like personal that, yes. Yeah, that's what really started me going, maybe I'll start selling this. Is I did that mascara member post and like 6 friends were like, what is that? Get me that now. And I just did something like, holy Hannah, can you guys believe this? Look at my eyes before and after.
Right.
And like, what is that? Yeah.
Right.
So I shared my own enthusiasm for it, right?
And then, okay, so that's good. And then I know I'm trying to think of, like, I got some engagement doing just the one eye patch, the one eye gel mask.
Yeah.
And then peeling it off and showing the other, one eye smooth, the other eye's puffy, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Showing your own results. Or my goodness, Jill's abs, that got a lot of engagement. The before and after of one of our friends. I see less with just product posts and me too. I've posted the 30-day set and stuff and just didn't get a whole lot out of it versus someone's abs that gets people's attention. But I'm with Sherry. I think sometimes, mentioning Arbonne can be a repellent, versus a draw. And I was listening to this call where she said to basically do your posts as, just adding value to others, you know, like sharing an article on health or something, and then saying at the end, if you'd like to know what's helped me, you know, in my health journey, I'd be happy to share, message me. But it's not about Arbonne, it's just related, you know what I mean? So, you know, whatever it is, like she even said to look at what's on the, like, I don't even know, the Inquirer, not those, but, you know, People magazine or whatever, when you're standing in line at the grocery store, just see what the headline is. If it's like lose weight and, you know, lose 10 pounds in 10 days or something, then, you know, take something out of that article, you know, because she even encouraged, this woman training encouraged to buy those kind of magazines and just take like the headline, the catchphrases and stuff, and post about it, and then relate it to your own business and just say, if you want to hear what's worked for me, message me, like that kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, at least that's like creating intrigue without, you know, coming right out and saying it all. It's like you're capturing the people who are intrigued instead of just putting it all out there. So anyway, I thought that was an interesting idea. And I know, what was your friend advising you to do, Sherry? Oh, yeah.
She was just saying to just what you're saying, just talk about things without bringing up Arbonne, just making it intriguing and not say the company's name. So this is a girl that she helps women entrepreneurs. She's a good friend of mine from back in my fashion industry days. And so now she's helping women start their own businesses. And so she was the one advising me.
Great. Well, okay. So those are some ideas. It's just, you know, talking about some, you know, issues that are current, like current health issues, without, you know, necessarily mentioning Arbonne. I don't think we need to be covert, but maybe just not be all Arbonne. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we have anything to hide. It's something to be proud of. But I think just a lot of people have their guard up for whatever reason about any company. It's not Arbonne, of course, but it's just any company, or any kind of feeling like you're trying to get something out of them or whatever. So anyway, the whole point was to add value to people, like just keep adding knowledge and value so that people will, you know, like, respect you and want to hear more from you, you know, just knowing that it's genuine, trying to help people and stuff. So anyway, I thought that was a great point. And we're all wanting to do better with social media, right? So
actually, I have something to add to that, Tammy. Hi,
yeah,
everybody.
go ahead.
So I actually just watched, oddly enough, a video from Katharina Sayre. She's from Australia, but she's a RVP. She might be an MVP by now, but it was the do's and don'ts of social media. And she was basically saying, like, similar to what you're saying, Sherry, that, like, you know, create intrigue. And like, as soon as someone sees like Arbonne or sees like any company name, they're going to do the Googling themselves, and they're going to look into and then see, you know, like, you want to be the person that is giving your like standpoint on these products and like helping people versus having them doing the research themselves. And then she was saying that like focused on like sharing the lifestyle and the energy of the people you're with versus the products. And when you're trying to show products, either use like you are using it or like a before and after, tell a story with it versus just like a picture of a product, because you have to think that you are like also representing the company as a whole as well. And so, you know, we don't want to put like Arbonne like out there and have a negative connotation towards, you know, people who are like only post about Arbonne. So like for the mascara, for example, like even if you like put it up and then, you know, like said something about mascara, but then your friends are commenting and saying, you know, like, oh, what is that? You know, like if you would have said Arbonne, then maybe you wouldn't have had that same intrigue because people would have just looked at it themselves. The other thing I thought was interesting is that, like, let's see. In terms of, what was I going to say? It says a focus on social media to build relationships, and posting on like our team members pages as well to kind of, just be like, you're doing so great, like kind of like just positive reinforcement so people can see like the culture aspect of the company versus like these are the products. Just like how similar, like when people are like promoting to district manager or whatever, people are posting and uplifting each other. So it's like the culture aspect versus the products, which I thought was interesting. Yeah, that's what I got.
That's awesome. See, I learned from you. This is why we have team calls, so I can learn. I love it. So how are you, I want to just open this question up. How are you meeting new people? Or how are you finding people to talk to?
So I'm actually using I'm using my other business to meet new people.
Good.
So, yes. I make sure when I'm on court, I have my Arbonne water bottle, and oftentimes in the morning, I'm bringing like finishing up my smoothie out there, and it never fails. Somebody asks, like, "What are you drinking? What's in that?" Because the color of the drink, or someone says, "Oh." One person came up, she's like, "Oh my God, is that Arbonne?" And I go, "Why, yes, it is." Right? So that is one way. And then I just try, oh my God, Tammy, I forgot to tell you, I was in the store the other day and I ran into a friend and I mentioned the Arbonne vendor event, and this woman who works at the store whips around. She goes, "Arbonne, did you just say Arbonne?" I go, "Yes." Well, she's another consultant, but anyhow, it's another connection, right? So I just like talking about it.
Love it. I love it. So anybody else? I have a suggestion, but anybody else want to share how you're meeting people?
I think mine's just been more like posting on social media, just about like my smoothies, or just more like a selfie or something like that. Not necessarily the products, but like I've talked to a lot more people that like I would have never reached out to myself. Like it's kind of been like that, the whole thing about being consistent, I think, is a huge thing. Like, like you'll go through phases where you like post a bunch of stuff and then like you won't post for a couple days and then post a bunch of things. But I think like the consistency of how I've been doing it, then I've had a lot more people at least express interest that I'm going to reach out to again this week.
Love it. Consistency compounds, right? Isn't that what Sarah talked about on our Voxer call? Go ahead.
I have a question for Catherine, yes?
Yeah.
So when you're reaching out to the Facebook people, are they like friends of friends, or?
They're like mostly on Instagram. So I'm friends with them. But,
Okay.
it's like someone that was a couple years ahead of me, like in college or something like that, that I don't have like their phone number.
Got it. And then you just say, "Hey, I noticed you liked my post or my Insta," and how do you do that? Because I'm
so I did like a Facebook Live, and I want to do another one this week, but like I took a screenshot of like all the people that I knew had seen it, and then just reaching out, and then just been like, "Hey, like I saw like I noticed that you watched my Facebook Live, like would love any feedback," and kind of like I kind of put it that way to, be like, what other kinds of things are you interested in? Or like, do you have any questions about it, kind of a thing. So then like, again, instead of like pushing the products, be like, knowing what they want to learn more about, and then kind of get the conversation going like outside of that.
I love it. Okay. That's good. I'm taking notes.
That's such a great thing to say. It's just, I would love to, hear what you thought about my live and, give me feedback on it. That's such a great way, such a great approach. You know, it's like saying, I just need to practice presentation. Do you mind just hearing me out for a minute? Well, that's awesome. Yes, thank you. And so just an FYI, Catherine is our next Sunday night speaker for Healthy, Happy, and Free, the Facebook Live group.
Hey.
So keep, you know, to be announced. We'll put the flyer out and everything, but she did an amazing, I need to post that in our team page too, Catherine, your YouTube video, because Catherine's a nutritionist. And so just hearing from a, you know, registered dietitian's point of view of the Arbonne 30-day plan, she just explains it so well. And it's really good, Catherine. I can't wait to hear you speak.
Post that, Tammy?
I've literally sent that to probably 15 people since I saw it a few days ago. So I wanted to say good job. It was so good.
Yes. I appreciate it.
Yeah, because I was like, I loved how you just talked about like the vegetables, like people, you know, don't really know, you know, what's going on with it. So you could sit there and tell them to eat vegetables, but if they're getting the stuff with the, you know, pesticides and everything on, it's really not helping them. So
Right.
I was sending this to everybody. I'm working with a nutritionist right now that I'm trying to get into Arbonne. So I sent that to her because she's kind of like, not sure how to, you know, what to think of it. But yeah,
Right.
that was perfect.
Oh, thank you guys. What a
So
confidence booster.
Needed
I
to-
appreciate it.
So get the word out. We're having a registered dietitian on our call for Sunday night at 8 p.m. in the group Healthy, Happy, and Free. So excited. Thank you, Catherine.
You're welcome.
So what are some other ways to meet people? For me, I think one of the best ways to meet people is through group presentations or like warm market referrals. So if someone's willing to host for you, you're going to meet there, you're going to get into a whole nother network of people that you don't know, but it's like a warm referral. You know, they're saying, oh, this is my friend, come meet her, you know. Or if they're not willing to host or can't host or whatever, you can ask for a referral. Well, who's one person that you know who's into, you know, healthy living and gluten-free and vegan, you know, whatever, cruelty-free makeup, I mean, whatever it is. But can you refer one person, because I'm really wanting to get the word out, and I know people are looking for this, and you know, you're so well connected. I would just really value your referral. So between referrals and group get-togethers, that's the way I see getting into other people's networks quickly. And that's what we're trying to do. I know Laura and Amy are doing a vendor event too coming up, but I would love to, and that's another great way to meet new people. I would love it if you could share a little bit, Sherry, on your experience lately with doing group presentations and just, you know, adding a lot more people to your network.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm kind of doing a combination of things. So I'm doing that where the presentations, and then I've been doing a giveaway. So I get a little slip that everyone puts in for a raffle. And then that way I have their email address and their phone number and their name. So as soon as I like remember and I have a quick conversation with them, I'll like write on the back like something, because I have a terrible memory. I have to like see things visually to remember. So then I write like a little note on the back of each one so I know how to go back to that person later. So I've been doing that, which has been really helpful. And then I just put it all in a spreadsheet. And then I've been trying to follow up to have like coffee dates with some of them. Not everyone's been responding, but I did have a coffee date last Friday, which turned into a new sign up, which was awesome. Actually, 2 of them turned out to be that way. I still have 3 more that I'm working with. We're having a lunch this week. She even said, like, I don't think I can do it this month, but I'm like, you never know. Maybe it was the wrong day. And so we're meeting on Wednesday. So I'm like, maybe through a conversation, she'll be like, okay, I need to do this today. So I'm doing that. I've actually been going out of my comfort zone of just basically going to anything I'm invited to. Where before I would be like, well, I need to spend tonight with my husband, or I need to do this, or I need to do that. Now I'm just like, I never know who I'm going to meet or how you're going to get connected, or even if it's just a conversation, they kind of know what you're doing, and then maybe later it'll spur to something else. So I've been just going to anything that people are like, you want to come here, where it's going to be like new people I haven't met. So I've been doing that. And then like Catherine, I've been going through my social media pages of people that I've worked with in the past and I just haven't talked to in a long time. They're not my phone. So I just remember conversations we've had and I've just been like reaching out to them on Facebook or Instagram, just trying to remember conversation and like starting it that way. Like, cause it's pretty much everybody, you've had some sort of either skin conversation with, health conversation. So I've been bringing that up, just being like, hey, how are you feeling? I remember we talked about this. Have you ever thought about Arbonne? Would love to share it with you. So I've just been like, basically trying everything, even wearing stuff that you're giving me, Tammy, to the gym to see if people will like read my shirt. So that's what I'm doing.
Love it. How about anyone else? How
I
are
just
you?
realized my audio was off.
Oh,
Hi, guys. I was like saying hi, but then no one responded. I was like, maybe it's not working. Hi. So I went through all of my contacts in my phone. I know I'm newer, so I started all the contacts in my phone, and I just made a list of people. Catherine and I talked about that. People that I would want to reach out to just to kind of become, part of Arbonne, and then people who I actually think would want to join. And so I have 2 lists going. I also reached out to Catherine and I were in Alpha Phi at Michigan State, so I reached out to 2 campuses in Illinois, 2 universities here, just to see if I could go quick speak at one of their chapter meetings before summer broke out. Waiting to hear back on that. And then on my Explore page, I honestly have like had so many just health things come up. I mean, I always do, but this time I actually like looked at girls who I thought might, I don't know, be interested, and it was so random. So I literally just messaged random people. And so, but I was glad because I got a couple of responses and a couple of people were like, that's so nice of you. You seem normal. Like, maybe I'll give it a try. So, yeah, I think just kind of going through lists and going through Instagram and using networks that I have, trying.
so then how are you asking? What is your ask?
Saying to them like, so for the girls who were like random, I would say things like, hey, I came across your page. You really look like you're into health. If I sent you a video, or no, I'd say something like, I am too. Your page really inspired me. If I sent something to you, would you want to take a look at it? Blah, blah. And then a couple girls said yes, which was good. And then they watched it, but then they didn't respond.
Okay.
So how do you know that they watched it?
Well, I don't, I guess. It's just like that they've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah, they probably haven't watched it.
So you didn't say anything about Arbonne, Lindsay?
No.
Okay. Because I think that that's the other thing too. And so I watched Erica Stovall this morning on social media. Yeah. This is all before I even knew that we were talking about social media tonight. But she was saying that, so like if she's reaching, what was super interesting is that like if she's going somewhere or like traveling or whatever, she'll use Instagram search and look up a place that she's going to, or like a cute coffee shop or something like that. And then she'll say like, hey, like Meg, whatever, I noticed you live in Brooklyn and I'm actually headed there for work in a few weeks and had to reach out. You're super cute and it seems like you know all the cute spots to where I'm heading. I'm hoping to connect with some people while I'm there and I would love to take you out for coffee. Are you free next week? That was like her verbiage for like how she reaches out to like a person if she's traveling somewhere, which I thought was interesting. Like, and then she says like for work. So then that she doesn't say anything about Arbonne or talking about that, but naturally that will come up.
Wait, is this someone she doesn't know?
Yeah. She literally just messages people on Instagram.
That's awesome because it could just be the town next to you, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on your side of town tomorrow for work, looking to connect, or next week for work, looking to connect with some people. I think that's pretty smart. I love it. Do you mind, Catherine, posting that call from Erica Stovall?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I love listening to all, because honestly, you know, the deal is we have to go where the people are, and the people are on social media, and that's how we're connecting. But it's like just making it human connections, not weird people connection.
Yeah.
Not weird people connections, yeah. That's, I
So,
think, something like people have been messaging me about like my 30 days results or whatever, which has been great. And they've said like, what is this? What is that thing that you did? Like blah, blah, blah. So I guess I'm having a hard time between like, what do you put out on social media that does say what it is? And like, do you just not ever post that it is Arbonne, just continue to show like what you're doing? That's where I think I feel a little like, how far do you go in mentioning that it is Arbonne, and how much do you just kind of like show what you're doing? Because I have had a lot of like, what was it that you were doing? What was this? So it's made me feel like I should share like what it was, but maybe that's wrong.
yeah, I think it's fine to share in your stories, just your everyday life and what Arbonne is, and, just put it out there. But I think more for like posts and stuff, just, think of posts that are adding value to others, like, sharing a health tip on whatever. Like I think a great post would be like who's using a greens supplement or a green shot a day or whatever, and just see who else is doing that. And you could go back and ask them which one are you enjoying or whatever. Just get a conversation going around greens, or who uses a probiotic, whatever. Or give an article or some information about probiotics and how, you really need a prebiotic to go with your probiotic, so that it can get utilized properly in the body. And most people don't know that. And so then, you could say, I'd love to share, what pre and probiotic supplement I use if you're interested, or whatever, like it's you're adding value kind of a post instead of just here's Arbonne,
When you say post, you mean like post one that will stick, not a post to your story?
Right. I think with stories, it's probably okay just to put it all out there. They don't stick. Like you said, it's just a little flash.
Okay, yeah.
Stick, maybe just make it more intrigue and adding value.
Okay.
What do you think, Catherine? Do you think that's what they meant?
Well, Lindsay, what part are you saying you're getting confused? Is that like after they've reached out and said, what is this? I'm interested.
No, like the part when we were all talking about like, don't be like, this is Arbonne. I was wondering if that was like to your story, or because I haven't like put an actual post out. I've just done stories.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were talking about like posting or whatever, I was wondering if that was like, it's okay to post that this is what I'm doing. What I'm doing is Arbonne to your story. Just keep it more casual about like health.
I think it is. I think it is, but it adds like more value, like Tammy was saying, if it's not like like if it's you somehow in it.
Yeah.
Like if it's your before and after, or if it's you making the shake with the protein powder versus like a stock image that someone's just going to click through. I think that's probably maybe like the difference. I don't know. What do you guys think about
I think, since we talked last time, I'm trying to do more of like myself doing it.
Yeah.
And like I have screenshotted some people's like what the 30-day program is and posted it, but I feel like it's mostly more like making the shakes and posting the water bottle and the fizzy and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thanks.
Love it. So I'd love to, because this is all leading to talking about the funnel really quick, but I'd love to hear, so Sherry, do you mind sharing like how you're asking people to take a look at Arbonne, or why you thought of them, and then how you're going back and following up, and
Yeah,
what
sorry,
you're
I'm looking at Peyton's Instagram, seeing how often she's mentioning Arbonne.
Oh yeah, he puts it right out there.
Yeah, I forgot. I guess I'm doing that too. I'm reaching out to people just on the business of people that I want on my team. So I'm doing that as well. And the way I'm doing that is just reaching out to women that I think, and men that I think are going to be amazing at this and that I want immediately. So I basically, after reading Business of the 21st Century, which changed my entire thought process to this whole business, have just been saying, hey, would love to chat with you. I have this amazing business opportunity. And after reading Business of the 21st Century, it has totally changed my thought process on network marketing. And I really want to share this with you. And so far, everybody's been like, yeah, let's talk. So then I go through and I start off with just getting to know the person on where they stand today. Because if it's been a little bit since I've talked to this person on the phone, I just want to see where they are and what's important to them today, whether it's spending time with their kids or whatever, or if they're just not loving their job. And then I just talk to them about like, well, basically this is what, you can do by having this in your back pocket. So you can start making money and saving money today. And I will help you do that. And so by doing that, you're starting a business. And then also you're going to start saving money because you can start having tax deductions. So tax deductions by having a network marketing company is your cell phone, part of your house, your, miles on your car. I don't know, I have a whole list that I go through with them. And honestly, that one right there has stopped probably 80% of the people that I've talked to. They're like, what? I had no idea. I'm like, yeah, it's a great thing to have in your family because, who doesn't need extra tax deductions at the end of the year? And this is really smart. So, you can get some money back, which would be amazing depending on, whatever your tax bracket is. And then also I've talked to my my tax advisor, and he said that's, the product that we use, as long as we're sharing it, letting people try it out, like you can put that as a tax deduction as well, which is why wouldn't you want to do that, right, guys? So, and then I just go into like, you are starting a business for $49. And what are you getting for $49? You're getting an entire website full of product that people can go on. You're getting a customer service team. You're getting a technical support team. You're getting a community of people that are constantly supporting you and being positive, which you cannot do when you have your own business on the side. Because I have another side business, and what I've spent just on my own website is a lot. So the fact that you can get all of this for $49 is pretty amazing. And then I go into Arbonne, like, why would you choose Arbonne as this type of business? Just being that it's product that's helping people's health in a huge way. And then I'll go into my story on how it's helped me with my health journey and so many other people that I've met through this amazing company, and just the benefits that they have and how you can earn bonuses at every single level, how you can earn a car, because I can tell you in my corporate life, I did not get a car or all expense paid trips, with my husband or friends or whatever. So I go into all of that. And so by the time I'm done with the conversation, people are pretty much like, yeah, I need to think about this. This is a really good idea. So yeah, that's kind of where I am right now. I'm probably now into 3 weeks of approaching it that way, which I feel like has been really positive for me. I've had a lot of, people that are just wanting to kind of move forward on it. They're dabbling a little bit in it. They're still trying to build their belief, because they say that's the number one thing that I've learned is building your belief around yourself and around this business. And once you do, that's infectious, because I can tell just with myself changing my mind from that book, it's totally changed how I'm talking to people, and it's getting people excited, which I was a little leery before. So I feel like that's where some of my teammates are right now. They're kind of like where I was, and just telling them to stay plugged in to the calls that Tammy puts in every Tuesday, because there's always someone you can relate to that's doing this as a business, and there's something they're saying that if you're having a low day is going to make you be like, oh, I can do this. Like, that is so smart. Or, just different ideas of how to approach the business. Because, really it's trial and error, everything that we do, right? There's always the basics, the 40 faces and that kind of stuff, but it's, trying to find your own unique perspective when working with people. So that's how I've been doing it.
Okay, so raise of hands. Who wants Sherry to put her presentation on a video?
I do.
I'd love to see it, and I think it would be a great, just a great tool to share with new people coming in on how to have an effective business appointment. So love it. And yes, Sherry has a ton going on right now in her business. It's super exciting. and that leads me to the funnel. And I'll post the picture again. I'm on my phone, so I can't get to it right this second. But the funnel of Arbonne that we use for asking is we start at the top. We just go for the gold and just start with asking them to take a look at the business. And then if they're like, not into the business right that minute, we can default to products and hosting, would love for you to just, learn more about the products. I'm happy to walk you through what I do. Would you want to get a few people together? And if they say no to that, then you can go on to, well, I'd love to get you some samples to try. You can give them a full size RE9 set if you're close by to try for a few days, or you can flip samples in the mail, either way, just to get their review. If they say no to samples, then you can go on to asking for a referral and just say, look, I get it. I know this isn't for everyone. That's cool, but you're a really well-connected person, and I am committed to this. And I would just welcome, a referral who you think would resonate with what I just had to say, or whatever. Or I would love it if you could just give me a review on my presentation. Could I practice the presentation? And then if someone comes to your mind who thinks this could benefit, I would love a referral. That would mean the world to me. Thank you. So it's like you're working people through. So for example, if you started with the product, and this was me when I was first, a consultant and getting going in Arbonne, it's like you were so nervous to talk about the business, so you would start talking about the products. But then if they said no to the product, you can't backpedal and ask them to take a look at the business, right? So the funnel is starting with the business first, which is what Sherry's honing in on, and it's so smart. Because you can always default to products, and then you can work back up and go back to the business once, because that's what Sherry's finding is, she started with the business, defaulted on products, they do the 30-day, they have this great experience, and then they're like, well, shoot, I have all these people asking me about what I'm doing. I might as well upgrade to consultant, and who wouldn't want an extra income stream? So what do you think? Do you see that happening, Sherry?
Yeah, that just happened with one of my clients. She started the 30 days in February, and I ran into her yesterday at the grocery store, and oh my gosh, she looks amazing. I was like, wow. And she's so happy and excited, and we talked for like 30 minutes. She was there with her kids, and even her daughters were talking about how much they love seeing their mom and what they've learned through her, which I thought was really cool. So I want to get them all on a Facebook Live, at least the oldest daughter and her. But I just had briefly mentioned, because she's like, I've got friends that want to do this. And I was like, well, you should consider, we can meet and I can share how you can make this as a, a business, because you might as well,
Hi guys, I am.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Not sure what happened there, but anyway, so yeah, so we're meeting tomorrow. She automatically upgraded herself to a consultant last night, and she was like, yeah, I have tons of contacts. I should just start sharing this and having another stream of income. She's like, that would be fun. So yeah, so we'll see. I'm going to see how it goes tomorrow and see if she's, we'll start planning some parties and whatever.
I love it. So does that make sense to you? I'll post a visual of the funnel. So we're starting with the business. We're just going for the top here. And honestly, most people are going to be like, I'm not sure, all of that. But you know what? You just planted a seed. And so, trust that you're doing your job just by offering and planting the seed. And then you can default to products. Like, we don't have to go looking for PCs, really, you know what I mean? Because we default to PCs. We look for the consultants and then default to PCs. And I always look at PC as pre-consultant, because once they love the products and they're really ordering regularly, we're just going to upgrade them to consultant, right? Because it's the most beneficial for them. So anyway, we start with the business, we default to products and hosting. And then if they're not into hosting, you would default to the referral. So in other words, what I love about the funnel system is there's never a no. You know what I mean? People aren't going to say no 4 times. They're going to be like, okay, sister, what's happening? I'm trying to get out of this. What do you really need? Well, I need you to hear my presentation so that you can, give me a great referral. So, and just support me, just be someone who checks in on me and checks in on how I'm doing with reaching my goals. That would be really amazing. And then we always want to leave every appointment and every presentation with another thing, another exposure. It was so nice meeting with you. I'm going to, come back in 3 days and pick up the products and you know what I mean? So you're scheduling the next thing. It was so nice meeting with you. We're having this detox dinner on Wednesday. I'd love for you to consider coming and bringing friends, whoever you think would be interested, or we have a card presentation coming up or whatever. We have another event at the Holiday Inn Express on the first Monday of the month. It'd be so great if you stop by, or, it's like you're always inviting people next thing, or just adding them, would you mind if I added you to the group Healthy, Happy, and Free, just to, hear from other people, because we're going to have guests in there. And that's another way for people to get this third-party validation and keep taking a look and keep getting exposures, because as we know, oftentimes it takes people so many exposures before they make a decision. And so that's what my intention is with that group, the Facebook Live group, Healthy, Happy, and Free, is just for people to keep getting exposures. And I think that's, again, why Insta stories are really helpful, because it kind of accelerates the pace of those exposures. Even if someone has signed up as an independent consultant, on their second exposure, that doesn't mean they're totally in. You know what I mean? They still need to build their belief, and they still need more exposure. So, any way that you can keep those contacts going. Also, what I love about what Sherry's doing and about what a lot of you are doing is you're following up and just going back, and most often, I believe it's just the timing's off. It's not that they're saying no to extra income. It's not that they're saying no to health. It's just the pressures in their life are so loud they can't hear you when you're offering. And sometimes too, it could be our posture. It really boils down to our belief, our passion, about this, and just offering hope to people and just believing that what you have is so special. That people are going to bed at night dreaming about an extra income stream, dreaming about a way to put more options in their life and have more time freedom. Really, just, you guys, we have the greatest gift. I could just cry over it, because we're allowing people to make the priorities in life their priorities. So often people are working hard at jobs where they're not able to get ahead, and then they come home and give the leftovers to their family, right? The leftovers of themselves to their family, of their time and energy. They're so exhausted. They're giving the best of themselves to these jobs that, may or may not be as rewarding as what they once hoped. So we're giving people hope. We're giving people a way to live the life of their dreams. And just, I guess that's something that we all need to practice and just, really hone in and work on, is just building our belief and building our passion and being able to articulate what we have a hold of here. So yes, I think too that so often, and I hear it all the time in new consultants and stuff, is we're working so hard to prove this business wrong instead of proving it right. It's like, we just need to use the rejection as fuel to propel us along, or use the people who are, maybe critiquing us, use that energy to say, well, not in a mean way, but just, kind of like, well, I'll show them. I'm gonna prove them right here. I'm gonna, prove myself right, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, because we're working towards offering time freedom, in people's life. And that is so noble to me. And, our passion, our belief is attractive to others. So really, I guess that's the question of tonight too, is, are you working to prove this business right? Or are you working to prove it wrong so that you can justify your own excuses? And I think for the most part, the people on the call are here because you want to prove it right. But that's something I guess to ask yourself if you're unsure of how to explain network marketing. I would really dive into, you know, books on network marketing. Another great one besides Business of the 21st Century is Dare to Dream, Work to Win. Another one is Flip Flop CEO. I actually love that book because it highlights women basically, and how, you know, women today, so many women are single mothers, and just how this can be such a blessing and benefit for single moms. What are some other ones? I'll have to go back and listen to the Boxer that Carol Bodell did, because I know she listed off some other ones. But anyway, if you go into Amazon and just type in Business of the 21st Century and Flip Flop CEO and those kinds of books, other suggestions will come up. So I would just, you know, encourage you to start reading in that arena, just to build your belief and passion and confidence. And, you know, so that's what's coming through when you're talking to people. Whatever excuses I have, you know, I guess that's what I took a hard look at myself last fall, and I was like, Tammy, why are you procrastinating on, you know, reaching out to people to share the business? And I had to like reach down into the depths of my soul and like figure out, like, holy cow, I just needed a higher level of commitment. And it was kind of humbling to realize that, like, wow, I am making all these excuses because I wasn't, you know, entirely committed. But so it's kind of interesting. Like there's something to it. If you're trying to justify your excuses, maybe that's something in you where there's a crack in your belief. And it could be, you know, we always say there's like the belief in the business of network marketing, the belief in Arbonne as the company, the belief in the products, and the belief in yourself. And it's easy for us to believe in the products. I think we all, you know, that's like the first belief that grows. You know, the belief in Arbonne as a company, that they're always going to have our backs and do the right thing. And then the belief in network marketing, that as an industry, that this offers, you know, in my opinion, one of the lowest investments with the highest return on investments that you can find. And then the belief in yourself, which I think is the belief in yourself seems to be the one that trips people up the most, and network marketing. So maybe those are the areas, if you're struggling or feeling stuck, those are the areas you need to dive in deeper and do some personal growth reading, or ask for book recommendations and dive into those areas. There was something else I was going to say. Now I just lost my thought. But what do you think about those points? About the 4 areas of belief?
I agree.
It is. It's so interesting because it's like there's always going to. We're never going to arrive. You know what I mean? There's always this, not a point of struggle, but a striving to keep growing and learning and going deeper, you know, because then as we're growing in our 4 areas of belief, then we're growing into leadership as well, as we're bringing people into our team and stepping up our leadership. So there's just always more and more areas of growth. And I honestly just love it. I love that. That's the beauty of this business, is that we're constantly bringing new people on. And what a gift that is, because had I not stayed consistent and continued to bring new people on, I wouldn't have known you guys. You know what I mean? Like, how amazing of a blessing this is, that, you know, just by continuing to share and up our game and build our belief and become the best version of ourselves, we're going to, you know, attract these quality people into our lives and build our platform of influence so that we can have a bigger message, you know, to share with the world. So I get so excited. This is truly, again, I've never seen Arbonne in such a just beautiful position for growth. And, you know, the The leadership is just, I've never seen anything like the buzz that is going on right now in Arbonne, and it's so exciting. We are positioned and postured for the biggest growth we've ever had in this company at 39 years old, which is just unheard of, but it's so cool because the foundation's been laid. Like this is what we have been building for all these years. This is what the pioneers in Arbonne have always envisioned is right now. And we're the ones that are going to take this and run with it and, you know, reap the benefits and the rewards of all those that have gone before us. So I just encourage you again, this is the month to dig in. This is the month to have double-digit personal sponsoring. We have free signups. Let's take this, you know, gift that's been given to us on a silver platter and run with it and grow our business, grow our teams, and just, you know, make the most of what's been given to us, because you guys, this is such a gift. I get so excited. I'm getting all tripped up, but this is such a gift to be able to, you know, make a living, make an impact, offer hope to others, you know, offer the gift of health, offer the gift of a willable asset income stream, an asset that generates income. I mean, it's just mind blowing to me what we get to do. And I love having this like roundtable discussion every week to just be able to learn how to up our game and continue to, you know, do this in a classy way with integrity and, you know, just build intrigue around what we have a hold of here. So I hope that what value did you get from tonight? I would love to hear. Anyone? I love to.
I think that looking at your belief and then really making sure that's whole, and I think that some of the books that you recommended were extremely helpful. I also think like talking about social media and how to post on it, what to post on it, and then like in terms of like how to speak to people and kind of like knowing that they might not jump in right away, but like that continuous exposure and that consistency is really important. So those are takeaways for me.
Yay, I love it.
I think just like the reminder that like, you know, like everyone is like going through the same issues or like having the same questions and everything like that. So it's like reassuring to like, you know, hear how other people are handling those things. But I was just gonna say the books that Carol mentioned I like had them written down.
Good.
The one was MLM Heart Attack.
Oh yeah, I have that
By
one.
Jordan Adler, or Beach Money by him as well.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The other one she said was The Dare to Dream and Work to Win, and then The Greatest Networker in the World.
Oh yeah, that's the one that I wanted that I haven't read.
And then the How to Win Friends and Influence People were the ones that she said. But yeah, I started that book too, Sherry. What's it called again?
Is 21st century.
Yeah. Business in the 21st Century.
That one's good.
Yeah, you should read it too.
Yeah, my husband read it too. He liked it.
Awesome.
I'm glad you said that because, Sherry, I think you were talking about it, right? About who was talking about doing posts about it or using that as a way to sort of like, hey, I read this book and about network marketing and blah, blah, blah. Because after I read it, I was so fired up. I was like, right? It explained it so well and dispelled so many myths about it. And I remember, like, you know, when I read, I take notes and highlight and all this stuff. And I remember thinking, I got to take some of this stuff and do posts about it. And then I didn't. So you've re-inspired me to do that.
Yeah, I think I spent like the entire weekend working on how I'm going to present this to people.
Right.
It's just, it's funny because Tammy even knows, I mean, what I've been working on this since October is when I said I was doing this as a business, but I really was tiptoeing around it because I still didn't have 100% belief. I believe in Arbonne and the products. Obviously, It worked for me, but I was still
very nervous to talk to people, and I was always worried about what they were thinking of me. And now, I don't know, it's just, it takes one thing I feel like, for everyone to change their mind. So if it's not this book, it's something else. If it's not a book, then it's going to be a person. So it's literally took me that one book, and then I'm like, I've completely changed. I'm like 100% in. More than that, actually. I'm like constantly talking to people every single day, trying to, and I've heard this multiple times, but I never did it because I was like, I don't know. But now I'm there. So that's why I just keep telling people, get my team, like, just plug in, keep reading, keep something, because something's going to get you. If it's not what I'm saying it is, it's something somebody else is saying.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because it is smart. I mean, I feel like a lot of us in our age generation too, we've all been kind of brainwashed, and that's what the book talks about too, because we're all supposed to go to school. And I know when I was going through school, I had to work really hard, and I just felt dumb all the time because I'm not getting, like, A's on my multiple choice tests, but I always was really good when I actually went to a job and worked. So, but yeah, it was really cool just to kind of see, you know what I mean? And so it's just, we got to retrain our mind. And a lot of people we're talking to are our age or older. So we've all been taught the same thing. So this is so foreign for people because they don't think it's real, and they feel like you're selling them, but you're really not. We're just sharing. We're sharing an experience, and we're sharing a health journey that is changing people's lives. I mean, how many network marketing companies are out there that are changing people's lives besides money? But health, I mean, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. And that's it. I think it takes the sting away of what people will think of you if you just think of it as offering an opportunity. It's just like offering a gym membership, a Costco membership. It's up to them what they're going to do with it. You know what I mean? Like when I had a Costco membership years ago, I never went, so I didn't get one again. But my loss, right? Because I didn't use it. Or people go to the gym in January but don't go the rest of the year, and they just pay monthly fees for not going. That doesn't make the opportunity bad. It's just they didn't do anything with it. So anyway, that's what I think of this, as our job is just to offer the gift. It's just to put it on the table, and it's up to them what they do with it. But then we have to go back and just, think highly enough of them to go back and revisit this whole idea and just say, you know what, you're still on my heart. I know you said 3 months ago this wasn't for you, but just wondering if something has changed in your life. And I would just love to share this because it's been such a blessing to me. And I just see this. I see you being amazing at this. Might not be for you, but would you be open to revisiting? I have a new way of sharing this. I would love your review, whatever it is. So anyway.
Oh, real quick around belief, that I was telling Tammy recently too. Like, this is when I feel like, if you're not really believing yet. So I went and had lunch with somebody. The entire conversation was about them. At the very end, they asked what I do, and I talked about Arbonne and my personal styling business. So we got talking a little bit about Arbonne and like the 30 days. So she wanted to learn more. I sent her information. And then like 3 days later, she sent me a message saying, so I didn't know Arbonne was an MLM. And I was like, she goes, is this the only reason why you went to lunch with me? Or before, I would have been like, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? I don't think I want to do this. This was me all the time. And now I'm like, are you kidding me? She's going to get all upset about that I'm sharing a health like benefit for her. I'm like, whatever. I'm just like, I'm going to keep trying though. She'll come around.
That is a huge testament to how much you've grown your belief.
Yeah.
I love that. And there again, just to take that one step further, I always know a leader is born, and that belief has grown when you can face rejection and still feel grateful. That, still feel grateful for what we have a hold of here and not be crushed. You're just grateful. Like, wow, I know that person didn't get it just yet, but I'm still grateful for this opportunity. I'm still, going to go after my dreams, use it to fuel me, So, well, I love you guys. That's what I had to share tonight. And I'm just so excited. We have, what day is today? The 22nd. So we have 8 juicy days left of the month. And again, I'm just going to encourage 10 direct signups this month, and you get a gift from me. But that's that's the best way to boost your business, to expand your network, is to sponsor. And this is the month to dig in and just offer it. You know, it's such a great reason to connect with people. Like, I know this didn't work 2 months ago, you know, work out for your life, but this month, I'm so glad it didn't work out last month to sign up, because this month just sign up is free. So yeah, anyway, use it, run with it. And we're knocking it out of the ballpark. We're having such an amazing month. Our sponsoring is way up. I think we're at nearly 40 sponsoring so far on the 22nd, and I'm still shooting for 100 as a team, and it's a big stretch. We've never done that before, but I believe we can do it. With free signups here, I really believe we can do it. It's possible. So I'm going for it too. 10 personal.
Nice.
Yes. All right. Well, love you so much. And so tomorrow we have a Voxer speaker, and then Catherine's our speaker on Sunday for Healthy, Happy, and Free. It's all kinds of good things coming up. All right. Love you. Let's see here. I'm going to stop the recording.